Most of us aren't as good as the best speedrunners, who tend to make this game look rather easy. So if anyone's getting stuck, or if anyone's frustrated with the controls when fighting some of the tougher opponents, there is a solution for you that might make your life easier. If you've not heard of it before, I'm going to show you how it's done. You do need to be willing to cheese the game a little bit, but it's a rather straightforward trick. So for this trick, you won't need very much. It requires one solid block of material. You can use dirt if you want. And you've got to place that block at a height of 8 grid units. You also need 2 target dummies. Target dummies can be produced at a sawmill for 20 wood and 50 hay apiece. The final item for this puzzle is the slimy saddle mount, and this is probably the item that will be the trickiest to get, but don't worry, it's not too bad. It drops with a 25% drop rate from King Slime. If you need to get the saddle, I'll show you at the end of this video how you can summon the King Slime. So anyway, once you have the materials in place, all you need to do is this: jump on top of the target dummies while riding the slime mount, and voila! You're going to be immune to damage. If you don't mind a decreased range of fire, you can actually hem yourself in on top and around the sides with some more blocks if you would like to, but that's really your preference. This trick works because when you stomp on the target dummies, as you see here with the slime mount, it actually provides you several frames of invulnerability. And so when you're trapped in an endless cycle of stomping like this, it means you're essentially invincible. There are some things to keep in mind. First, and most importantly, this is not foolproof. You will occasionally get knocked off, which is why some people like to hem themselves in with more blocks. Also take note that piercing weapons, attacks that add the fire effect, and some minions can mess this cycle up, and it also doesn't work against the Moon Lord. So sorry about that. But despite these drawbacks, if you're really stumped or simply curious about cheesing the game in this relatively accessible cheese and want to try it out, go for it. It works in a large variety of fights. It can be set up basically anywhere you want, and it even works against the Dungeon Guardian. So if you've been jonesing for the Dungeon Guardian's baby Skeletron head pet drop, this is a good way to acquire it. I mentioned the King Slime earlier, and if you don't have the slime mount already, there are ways to summon him so that you can get the drop. What you're going to need are 5 gold bars or 5 platinum bars and a ruby, and you're going to want to use those to craft a crown at an anvil. If you're using an older edition of the game or on mobile, you may need 20 bars of gold or 20 bars of platinum. I don't know why it's different, but apparently it is. You're also going to want 20 gel for most editions of this game, or 99 gel on some of the older editions and on mobile. So, with the crown and the gel in hand, take them either to a crimson altar in the crimson, or a demon altar in the corruption, and once you're at one of those, you're actually able to craft a slime crown. The slime crown is a usable item that summons the King Slime. Now, many of you are going to be well geared and you really won't need any help against the King Slime, but if you're trying this trick with a newer character, it's probably advisable to throw up some ropes so that you can hover above the King Slime and just pick him off from a safe distance using either a ranged attack or a minion of some kind. If you've killed him, the drop rate for the saddle is, as I mentioned earlier, about 25%. So you may have to try this a few times. Here I was actually quite fortunate. It dropped in my first attempt. If you don't want to summon the King Slime using this crafting method, he does spawn randomly on grass at the far fringes of the world map, and he will also spawn during a slime rain event if you kill enough slimes. So those are the 3 ways, the only 3 ways I'm aware of that he will spawn. At any rate, happy hunting, and if you're struggling, I hope this invincibility trick helps you out so that you can press on with the game and maybe get past a roadblock that's been bothering you and stopping from progressing. There's no shame in using the game systems against itself. That's my perspective anyway. So thanks for watching.